For as long as humans have been inventing technology, we've worried that it's gonna replace our jobs. Ancient Greece, Aristotle theorized that machines could replace human labor. In the 16th century, Queen Elizabeth I refused to grant a patent to William Lee for his automated knitting machine, fearing job loss among the, quote, young maidens who obtained their daily bread by knitting. And here I was thinking they were knitting sweaters. 200 years later, Lee's invention, still vilified as a job killer, was destroyed during the Industrial Revolution in a violent protest by the Luddites, a labor movement that opposed machines in textile factories replacing skilled artisans. Fast forward another 200 years, and the same conversation is happening, this time around artificial intelligence. But maybe the discussion feels so urgent right now because of just how much our working lives have changed in the past few years, largely by the pandemic. Just as we get used to that new normal, along comes the most powerful technology to hit the workplace since the personal computer, maybe ever. Generative AI that can do things like write legal briefs, or diagnose diseases, or fake you as a human being. And whether that will be a net good or bad for our working lives really depends on who you're talking to. CEOs and tech execs are optimistic. Shocker. Here's OpenAI CEO Sam Altman at last month's World Economic Forum.
This is a tool that magnifies what humans do, lets people do their jobs better, lets the AI do parts of jobs, and it'll change the world much less than we all think. It'll change jobs much less than we all think.
AI will undoubtedly lead to previously unimaginable advances in productivity, so much that Goldman Sachs predicts a $7 trillion increase in global GDP over the next decade. But just as Altman was speaking at Davos, the International Monetary Fund released a report predicting that 40% of all jobs everywhere will be negatively impacted by AI. 60% of jobs in advanced economies. AI is cheap, it's easy to scale. When the next financial crisis hits and companies are pressured to reduce costs, AI displacing workers is going to feel like a no-brainer. And when it comes to governance, regulators are playing catch-up in a field that moves much more quickly than they can keep pace with. That means it's the tech companies that are largely deciding what the future of AI will look like, shaping how we think about the state of work and the world. Just like Lee's knitting machine, the impact of AI on workers will be a mixed bag. Automated looms created 4 times more jobs for factory weavers by the end of the Industrial Revolution, and also wage stagnation, unsafe working conditions, and rising inequality. But that rapid pace of change also birthed the modern labor movement, which lifted millions of workers into the middle class. So maybe this AI moment won't mean the end of work at all, but the beginning of a new era in rethinking the value of human capital.